Hello all my Kenvians, and welcome to the first reaction video where I'm not holding on to the camera / not filming it with my phone for once. Yes, this is basically a day after version of this, and I was going to do it on Periscope, but yeah, today's been a little bit crazy, got a little bit behind unfortunately, so yeah, anyway, you didn't come here to hear me talk about that. You want to know my thoughts on Captain America Civil War. And don't worry, of course, there are not going to be any spoilers, but the best way I can describe this movie is if you have enjoyed any of the other Marvel films, maybe with the exception of Guardians of the Galaxy in regard to style, but if you've liked the Iron Man movies, yeah, even the second one that people like to rag about, the Captain America movies, anything like that, like in any of the sort of core Marvel films, you will really enjoy this. This is, although it is a Captain America movie, it's basically an Avengers film. I'm still kind of wary on why they went that direction. The story does, center more around Cap and Winter Soldier and all that, but overall it really is an Avengers film. So I think the best way for me to compare this is saying this. Now, I'm a big fan of the first two Captain America films. I thought the first one was really well done. I was really skeptical about it because, I mean, let's face it, that's kind of hard to pull off a good World War II movie these days, especially with as skeptical as people can be and with, a lot of anti-war, opinions circling around right now. It doesn't seem like it would be that popular of a topic, but they pulled it off really well. That being said, I do think it's the weakest of the first two. Captain America Winter Soldier, in my opinion, is definitely not only one of the best Marvel films that has been made, but, and I say this even still, I think it is the best of the Captain America movies. That's just my personal opinion, because it's very much an espionage film. They have a focus on, a few central characters, and it's just very, very solid. And that would put, in my opinion, I was going to say Winter Soldier, that puts Civil War at the second spot for me, which, again, I really did enjoy it. If I were to, I would say that ranked up against the rest of the Avengers films, it would be the best Avengers film. Oh, honestly, and I really did enjoy the first one and Age of Ultron. But just the way that they did everything here, yes, although the Hulk and Thor are missing, the way it's just built up, and just everything works together to where it makes for a really solid, overall probably the best executed Avengers film of them all to this point. As for, overall thoughts on the film, or rather a score, if I were to score this, I would honestly have to say that I would give this movie a 9 out of 10. Not joking in the least. Winter Soldier, for me, is a 10 out of 10. Solidly. Like I said, it's just one of the absolute best Marvel films in my opinion. The first Captain America movie, it would depend on my mood, but I would probably say it's about a 7 out of 10. Again, I really enjoy it, and it's a really good origin story for Cap, but it's just not as strong as those two, the two that came after it. So yeah, so I would give this movie a 9 out of 10. And, I mean, it does so many things so well. It brings so many characters together, and it manages them rather well. It felt like all of the characters got their own special moments of some sort. Some characters more than one, but all the characters got their own special moments. There were 2, maybe 3 storylines going along that didn't really get overly convoluted at all. Everything seemed overall straightforward and really easy to follow. And the action, my God, the action in this movie is just phenomenal. It, especially some of the major fights. I'm cautious about saying this because it could be kind of. Let me just say, the final battle, like the very final battle of this film. 1, I did not see it coming. And 2, just what's going on screen. Again, if you are a fan of the Marvel franchise, the Marvel Cinematic Universe up to this point, you are just going to feel all kinds of emotions going on at that time, because I definitely know I did. And, yeah, overall, okay, it's only been a little over 6 minutes, whatever. But yeah, this is just a phenomenal movie. Now, one last note before I do sign off. As for the newcomers, the new Spider-Man and Black Panther, awesome. I've heard some people complain about the new Spider-Man's voice, and I can kind of see how you might not like it. You might find him a little bit too whiny, perhaps, but he's a high school kid. Like, I actually don't know how old the actor is, but he's being portrayed as a high school kid. Like, Aunt May isn't an older lady. She's rather young looking and pretty hot, actually. Tony Stark might make a comment about that. But, yeah, just Spider-Man in this film was just really well done. Just overall, it's... and I'd be lying if I said I honestly didn't think it was the best portrayal. Up to this point, I felt like The Amazing Spider-Man... Yeah, The Amazing Spider-Man was superior overall, especially in regard to his quips and the costume and everything. But this kid, this version of Spider-Man, brings him back to really what I'm pretty sure his origins were, which was he was in high school and he started out rather young, so he's going to have room to grow as the franchise continues. And yes, we have Spider-Man again in the Marvel Universe where he belongs. I don't know how much of Spider-Man Sony still owns or not, but whatever. And then as for Black Panther, or I think I'm mispronouncing it, T'Challa? I think that's right, but I'll just refer to him as Black Panther so I don't possibly slaughter the name over and over. Really well done. The actor is a boss. He is just... I see in the future of the Avengers, of in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. One, I'm definitely looking forward to his movie, but I'm also just looking forward to seeing him in the other upcoming movies, whether it's the soon-to-be renamed Infinity Wars or any others that he might get mixed into. I'm just very excited to see more of this character. He is just... I don't know what all to say about him. He's just a boss, pure and simple. But, alright, so those are all my thoughts. Again, for this movie, a 9 out of 10. I definitely highly recommend it. If you have been a fan of any of the Marvel cinematic films, it's just... one warning, it's not like the comic book Civil War at all. I read that back in the day. Other than the fact that Captain America and Iron Man come to blows during the movie, that's pretty much it. Well, that and Spider-Man's on Iron Man's side, but whatever. So yeah, if you're expecting any real sort of intermingling of anything from the comics in regard to Civil War, it's not really happening. So that's one thing I guess you could sort of be disappointed about. But, okay, I'm going to end this here. Thank you all very much for joining me for this first response to Captain America Civil War. I have so many thoughts going on in my head right now about that movie that I do want to get down on paper. I'm going to write it down. I don't know if it will become an article here on PapaKennMedia.com or if I'll make a video out of it, but one way or another, you are actually, for once, going to get a full review from me that might be about the same length or maybe a little bit longer. I don't know yet. I have a tendency to ramble. But anyway, alright, Kenvians, until next time, I am PapaKenn, and I will see you for the next video. Later.